September 10th, 2013. Interesting night after the I had two football games last night, and after the second one, which was pretty good, it went up until the to the end. It was to the last like 14 seconds, and then team won. But after that, I pulled up. I was trying to find a movie to watch, and I found a movie I seen when it came out in the theaters way back. It came out in 1973. It was a Bruce Lee movie, and I used to be a really big Bruce Lee fan. I seen all his movies when they came out. I don't know why. I was trying to figure that out, but after watching it, I could see, well, all the guys with hot bodies and no tops is probably why I was into it at the time. But trying to realize 73, that I would have been 11, and I figured that's about right, because I remember going. The only place it would show was at like a black movie theater on that part of town. Because I remember I had to sit through a couple of other movies to get to it, and because my folks were pretty good at taking me, if I wanted to see a movie, take me and just drop me off, and that was like a triple hitter, and they would just pick me up when it was all done. But I remember distinctly it being a black theater, and I was definitely a minority, but I never felt uncomfortable being raised in Oklahoma City there. There was a lot of, when they used to do the busing, what was it called? We used to be bused down to Oklahoma City, and didn't really have any problem at all assimilating and getting familiar. Didn't have any issues at that point in my fifth grade year. I think I was even voted class chairman, majority vote. So definitely had respect of my peers at that time, and could pull votes from both sides of the board there. But like I said, I didn't feel any inhibition going to a theater like that and being the only one. Of course, when you're young, you don't really have prejudices built in at that point. At least I didn't. So it wasn't a big deal to me. But looking back, it was something that I did, and would be kind of out of the ordinary. But again, I was a big, before I got into rock and roll, I was a big posters on my wall. I don't think I even had any kung fu posters, but I remember having motorcycle, and like I said, I had a W.C. Fields poster on the wall, and another one that was like one of those cats hanging there type situations. But my younger years was fixated with kung fu movies. I watched, like I said, I seen all the Bruce Lee ones, and I remember like watching it last night. Why it aired in the black theater is because one of the main characters was a black kung fu guy in the movie last night. I think it was like Fistful of Danger. It was one of the more popular ones that I remember. If you think of a poster of Bruce Lee, you see his image. That was definitely a good movie. It was written well and acted well, and a lot of kung fu fighting, but interesting. It was interesting. I wanted set all the way through that, so I was up to about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, shh, don't tell But I seen that and I thought I should watch it, and I did. So with that said, I'm going to leave you with a song, and again, pushing boundaries here, but the song's called Kung Fu Fighting. It came out in '74, and it said it was written for the fact that there was a lot of there was a big movement then. I guess there's like there's some people that really get into wrestling and stuff and get to know the characters. But I remember Bruce Lee and at that time an early Chuck Norris coming on the scene, because they used to duel it out, get into fights, good guy, bad guy type thing. So this song that came out in '74, Kung Fu Fighting, surprisingly, reading about it, that it hit #1 in probably 10, 11 countries. Went to #1. Went to #1 on the soul chart as well, and got a Grammy nomination that year for Best Single. I think it was showing that it sold like 15 million one of the biggest selling singles. But let's see, what was his name? Carl Douglas is the one who sung it, and it was supposed to be like the B-side. He was going to release it, and when they listened to it, they thought, so they flipped it around and made it the A-side, and the rest is history. But if you hear the song, you'll know it well, because everybody was definitely Kung Fu Fighting. So, 1974, September 10th.